Hello, once again, and welcome back to Right Man in the Wrong Place. My name is Luke Tatum. I react to music. I am so glad that you are here, choosing to spend your valuable time with me reacting to some great music. Now, this is Danny Don't You Know by Ninja Sex Party, and it's a cover by Dan Vasc and Victor the Guitar Nerd. And unfortunately, I have heard this song because I already recorded this reaction only to find that my microphone, which you can't see, but I'm pointing at it, my microphone didn't record my audio. So I have that recording, but it's me going without any sound. So I just have to do this again. This was a donation request from KellyL. Kelly, thank you very, very, very much. I really, really appreciate it. And I'm super sorry that I have to do this 2 times. So it's not actually a first time reaction, but it is a second time reaction. And I'll try to recap my thoughts and stuff. I found it very enjoyable the first time. So this song came out, or this cover came out in 2018. And I really have to say, I'm not familiar with the NSP library too much. Kelly gave me a warning. There's some slightly salty language. It's not too bad when it comes to that. But I remember it being funny. I got to tell you, I don't remember all the jokes. So we're gonna do our best to get this reaction done properly this time with audio. I did double check before I went into this that everything's working correctly. And so without all that said, I'm gonna hit play. Let's go.
Hey, little Danny, don't you cry. I am you from much later in your life. I know your hair is wild. I know you have no style. You're still a virgin, and you will be for a while. Danny, don't you know that you are hot as fuck on the inside? Everybody knows the best bananas will be right with time. Danny, don't you know that you kick so much ass on the inside? Danny, don't you know?
Okay. Again, it's a second time reaction, but the things that I have to appreciate here are this kind of like slow, easy vibe, the really nice guitar work from Victor, uh, Dan's. Well, first of all, the hilarity of the fact that the song is called Danny, Don't You Know, and his name is Dan. So that's just brilliant, and brilliantly good. From what I understand, this song is written by one of the NSP guys, like the lead singer of NSP, about himself, and it's kind of like a heartwarming thing, in a sense. He's talking to his past self. Um, the only other song I can think of where it's like being sung from the future, saying, "Hey, past me, blah blah blah." The only other song I can think of is actually one of my very most favorite songs, and that is by Mike and the Mechanics. It's called Silent Running on Dangerous Ground, or just called Silent Running. It's got 40 years ago when all songs seem to have a parenthetical extra title. You know what I mean? It's one of those. So Silent Running is the name, but then On Dangerous Ground in parentheses. And that is just a wonderful, beautiful song. It's not hilarious. It's actually rather serious. Um, but if you're into that kind of thing, you should check it out. It's a really good song. And I know that through a cover, strangely enough, because the Proto Men have a cover of that song, and I absolutely adore it. But, Dan, it's so cool that he can keep a straight face for some of this kind of stuff. Like, he really just gets into the role, but he's not like, I don't want to, just comment forever on this, but it's not like some people that are like laughing while they're performing, have a hard time keeping it together to do something comedic. Like he's just in it. He's just in the role as usual. So I'm going to back it up a little bit. But what a great funny thing. Um, looking back on your life and kind of going, yeah, it's kind of embarrassing, but it's okay.
So much else on the inside. Danny, don't you know? Danny, don't you know? Danny, don't you know? Hey, little Danny, don't be blue. You had a growth spurt and you're suddenly 6'2". The girls aren't steering clear. You walk like a newborn deer. Send birthday invites, and now all your friend is here.
All your friend.
Daddy, don't you know that you
All your friend is here. Um, like I said, I don't remember a lot of the jokes. I remember that banana thing from the first time. The all your friend is really good. Um, I didn't have a whole heck of a lot of friends. I could walk in many circles, but I didn't have a whole heck of a lot of really close friends. Really, only a couple, and I don't even keep up with those people anymore. I had to go through some. Let me make it sound cool. I had to go through some Phoenix like renewal in my life and, find new groups of friends, find new people, really realize what it is to be a friend, those sort of things. So, I feel that. I feel that.
are cool as fuck on the inside. You're just going through an awkward phase from 12 to 29. Daddy, don't you know that everyone feels sweet on the inside? Daddy, don't you know? 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 Daddy, don't you know?
Okay. Yeah, hell yeah.
Close your eyes and you will see a window into your destiny. Now you're on tour. Anyone more? You step on stage and they come alive. No one cares that you're 35. You're a rock star.
This is so relevant to a dear close family member and friend in our lives these days who wants to become a rock star or a public facing musician, let's say, into a few different genres. But it's so fun. It's so fun. Um, and to speak to Dan, right? Because I know like the Dan Vasc fan base, what y'all have expressed to me time and time again is that you appreciate that I stop and take the time to notice the little things that Dan is doing. And so I try to do that. This, not the greatest still shot in the world, right? But he's so like just he's having such a good time doing the song. But again, it's not like self-deprecating. Like he's in the song. He is doing what the song is trying to convey. That is not always so easy. A lot of music has very like dense and confusing lyrics, and it's like, you could sing it exactly like the original performer. I've never heard the original song for this. But beyond that, it's hard to know like how to put your own spin, your own interpretation on stuff without changing the song, you know? And so I not having heard the original, I just have to assume that Dan is doing what should be done to accentuate the right things about this track, right? The energy change from that intro segment into the now you're on top of the world, now you're a rock star, all that kind of stuff that we're in right now is so good. It's so freaking good because it's such a silly, funny song. And then to just go, and start being a, stage presence. It's great. It's freaking great. So really, really appreciate that. Let's back it up a bit.
You step on stage and they come alive. No one cares that you're 35. You're a rock star. On a centaur.
On a centaur.
You're
Yeah.
still a nutty kid inside. But now you finally found your tribe. Hear the crowd roar. Give him what they came for.
So classic. Classic Dan.
Okay, thanks, guys. Very helpful. Thank you. Shake it off, shake it off. Danny, don't you know that we're all red as fuck on the inside?
I paused before I knew what I wanted to say. I have already heard this, and it's so fun. It's Dan's energy, a lot of it, and I know that it's infectious. It brings a smile to your face. It's it's he's got a positive, uplifting vibe that he's able to convey through his music, pretty much regardless of what he's performing. Even sadder music, he's got a great energy to it. It's that appreciation of the depth of the human soul that you get from a Dan Vasc video. And obviously the human soul has a lot of sides and dimensions to it. It's not a 2D drawing, it's a Rubik's Cube, right? I use the Rubik's Cube example all the time. But it's so freaking fun. I forgot how much I enjoyed listening to this song, even though I only listened to it about 2 weeks ago. For those of y'all who don't know, I posted this in the YouTube community and stuff, and it's kind of the reason I'm behind on things. My grandfather passed away. We're getting ready as I record this. We're about to go down out of state. We're going to go spend some time with family and all that stuff. I thought I was going to have to pack up and leave immediately, and I was going to be like 3 or 4 weeks behind on videos. But we're still here, and I'm just trying to get what I can done to keep the YouTube channels going. I've got this channel and Perfect Spiral Capital, which I do financial stuff there. That's my main work. And anyway, all I have to say, this has been very low on my list of things. Like, thinking about the music reactions has not been a priority for about a week or so now. And I forgot how awesome this song is. It's really good. And I'm so thankful to get to experience cool music like this. Victor here is so cool. He is such a great guitar player. Like, I think this is my favorite song I've seen of him so far as well. It's a great solo and stuff here.
Very helpful. Thank you. Shake it off, shake it off. Danny, don't you know that we're all red as fuck on the inside? Now it's time to rock the show. Come on, you wanna start a night. Danny, don't you know that
Okay. I'm sorry. I'll back it up. I have to say this. I didn't say this on the original reaction. I didn't say a lot of this on the original reaction. I don't remember what I said because it's been freaking days. It's been days. I have a bad short-term memory. That kind of underlying, like, you're not seeing Victor perform this. I think it's probably a synthesized thing and not a guitar, but it's this that kind of thing going on in the background of the song. That reminds me so much of this arcade game that I played growing up at a local pizza joint. It's called Raiden, or Raiden, Raiden. Raiden 3, Raiden 2 specifically was in there for a long time. But I would go in there and get the high score on a few quarters, and like, very, very fond memories. It's a very, very good soundtrack if you haven't played it. It's a shoot 'em up game. It's a top down, like, your little jet plane, a little red airplane, and you fight helicopters and tanks and huge crazy bosses that could never exist in real life and that kind of stuff. And then you go to space because you have a space F-16 thing. I don't know. It's a great game. So it's nothing to do with anything except that little riff is cool. I'm just all over the place, y'all. Okay, let's go.
know? Danny, don't you know?
Little movements of the eyebrows and things. Like he's got such a great way of conveying the emotion. It's so good.
Hey, my friends, glad to see you today. A big thank you to Victor, the guitar nerd. As always, he's the guy I go to for my Ninja Sex Party covers. His channel is on the description below. Go check it. In spite of being a comedy band, Ninja Sex Party surprised everybody with this very special song with those very emotional lyrics. This song is basically a message from Danny, the singer, to his younger self in the past, cheering him up about his future. I think every creative introvert, nerds per se, we relate a lot with what the lyric says about how his childhood was like. In fact, at the end of the original video, which I will link on the description below, go check it, there's a message that says, this video is dedicated to all nerds in the world. Rock on. Nowadays the times are changing thanks to the internet and to technology. It's easier to have a creative outlet and, as the lyric says, to find our tribe. So that's pretty awesome. And Dan, Brian, if by any chance you're watching this, know that you guys are such an inspiration. Alright, my friends, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Meanwhile, here's a couple more videos for you to watch. Have yourselves an epic day.
Awesome. Yeah. So I guess I learned about the comment that I made earlier, the fact that it's, the singer singing this to his past self. I guess I learned that watching this the first time. But yeah, it really is inspirational. It really is a great vibe and a great message that that song has. Humor is an excellent way to cope with the injustice and the suffering of the world. You got to laugh so you don't cry, all those things. And, it's a wonderful strategy. It's a wonderful way to do things. You look back and you go, you know what? Life wasn't actually that bad. It sucked at the time, but I made it through it, and here I am today. So I hope that you're all able to say that in your own lives. KellyL, thank you again for the excellent request. Thank you for your patience and understanding as I had to do this as a second time reaction. But it's still very fresh, and it's not like I've been singing it in the car, every day in between the first and the second. So it's still pretty darn early reaction. Uh, but very, very fun. Can't wait to hear more of Dan Vasc and his incredible work. Can't wait to see you all in the future here. I will be traveling. I'm going to try to get as many videos recorded now and get these over to my editor, Nick, before I leave. But, I hope you will all be having a wonderful next few weeks here. I hope your 2026 is off to a great start. This was originally going to be my last video of the year and then whatever. But 2026, here we go. So until next time, the right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world. Go be that difference for somebody. And if you've got a request for me, go down to the description, leave it in the request form. You will find linked there. Till next time, y'all. Goodbye.